Hi, Andrew Lazenby here. And what came to me today was Nelson Mandela and the book that he eventually wrote, which was The Long Walk to Freedom. And in the UK, worldwide as well, but I'm talking about the UK because this is where I live and it's very important to me what goes on here because it affects me. Is we are now going on a short walk to tyranny and the installation of a Nazi state. Who would have thought it? It's been so easy for those that want to manipulate us and to have power and control over us to separate us and brainwash us. The thing about being brainwashed is that you don't know that you've been brainwashed. So it's easier to fool a man than to show a man that he has been fooled, because your beliefs work as a control mechanism. You'll never see past your belief. And you are more able to be indoctrinated into believing something if you are in a state of fear and your brainwave is in that state of fear. Then you are more susceptible and suggestible to anything that comes at you after you've been put into a state of fear. So isn't that funny? So we've been bombarded 24/7 with fear messages and been locked up in our houses and fed all this bullshit from this television, this God in the corner that the controllers and the powers that be and the tyrannical Nazi UK government, and that includes all of the other politicians from every other party. Where are you? Stand up, speak up. But they're all on the gravy train as well. Yeah. While we're all locked up, they have given themselves a pay rise. Oh yeah, way to go. Old people that they say they care so much about that needed to be shielded and protected, they're the ones that are criminally responsible for taking them all out of hospital where they needed the treatments and put into old people's care homes where they could not receive the proper care and treatment, and hence they died in large numbers. So don't talk to us about caring for the old and the elderly. And you've made them it compulsory for them to pay for their own TV license. And now you're taking away their winter fuel allowance. That's how much you care about the old people. And everyone who is siding with the government and doing what the government say, you too are all criminally responsible for all this fiasco and the deaths of all of these old people and all of the deaths of people who've committed suicide because of anxiety and stress and money worries, because now they've got no jobs. Their relationships are down the pan. And now you're telling us that we've got to wear masks 4 months into a pandemic. Are you serious? How on earth can you possibly believe that wearing a mask in a supermarket is going to keep you safe? For God's sake, wake up. So you can go to a pub and not wear a mask because you can't get corona in there, but you can get corona in a supermarket. A couple of weeks ago, you couldn't go in the pub because you could get corona, but you could go in the supermarket because you couldn't get corona as long as you followed the arrows on the floor. Seriously, people, what is wrong with you? Give your head a shake. This is exactly the same tactics that the Nazis did that started to install the Third Reich. Here we are installing the Fourth Reich in the UK. All those brave men that fought in this First and Second World War are turning in their graves. You're allowing tyranny and the dictators to walk over you in their graves. You are allowing them to take away all of our freedoms and say what we can and can't do as a privilege. They don't give us privileges. We have inalienable rights. that are given to us as God-given. We don't need people to legislate and give us a law for our freedom. Wake up.